5 signs you've lost discipline in your business. Discipline doesn't disappear with a single bad decision. It goes quiet, one exception at a time, one just this once, one standard you let slide and never picked back up. And by the time you notice, the business running you isn't the one you built. Welcome to Business Execution Central, where leaders get it done. Today, I'm giving you 5 signs you've lost discipline in your business, even when you're still showing up. And some of these are going to cost you sleep tonight. Let's get serious. Lost discipline isn't failure, but it's the fastest path to it. And the damage is never obvious at first. It's quiet and cumulative. It costs you revenue that required consistency to compound, standards your team built their expectations around, momentum that took months to generate and weeks to destroy, execution quality that clients hired you to maintain, and the version of your business that only exists when you're running at your best. Because every time you make an exception to your own standards, you teach the people around you that those standards are optional. And optional standards aren't standards. They're suggestions. Here's what no one's going to say at the leadership conference. Discipline doesn't fail loudly. It fails in the small decisions no one sees. And the most dangerous place to lose it is when things are going well enough that it doesn't feel urgent. Let's break it down. Here are 5 signs you've lost discipline in your business. Even when you're still busy, even when revenue is moving, even when the team looks fine. And if you can recognize yourself in these, you can fix it. Sign number 1 is the one most leaders won't call what it actually is. Sign number 1. You're negotiating with your own non-negotiables. You set the standard. You knew why it mattered. And now you're finding exceptions for it on a weekly basis. You're on the team stand-up. The deadline slipped again. And instead of holding the standard, you adjust the timeline. The daily review that only takes 15 minutes hasn't happened in 3 weeks. The follow-up protocol everyone agreed to gets skipped when you're slammed. The process you built to protect quality gets bypassed when the timeline gets tight. You're not lowering the standard officially. You're just not holding it. And that gap between what you've declared and what you're actually doing is what discipline erosion looks like. Non-negotiables only work if you actually treat them as non-negotiable. Sign number 2 is the one that disguises itself as leadership flexibility. Sign number 2. Your mood is running the business. On good days, the standard is high. On hard days, you let things slide. And your team has learned to read the room, not the process. High energy Monday, you're sharp and demanding. By Thursday, decisions are getting deferred and the urgency has evaporated. They've stopped bringing you problems on those days and started managing around you. Your business should run on systems, not on which version of you shows up. Ask yourself, if your team's output quality tracks with your mood, what does that tell you about where the real standard lives? Execution is non-negotiable. Mood is not a leadership strategy. Leaders who run on emotion don't build teams. They build management problems. Sign number 3 is where discipline hides most effectively. Sign number 3. You've started counting activity instead of output. The calendar is full. The hours are long. You're exhausted. And the revenue-generating work The stuff that actually moves things hasn't had a full focused hour all week. You respond to everything instantly and get nothing strategic done. The important project is always next week, because this week is too reactive. Your days feel full, but your results feel thin. Execution discipline means knowing which hours are actually earning and which are just filling time. Busyness without output isn't discipline. It's the most comfortable way to avoid it. Let's pause here for a second. If this hits you, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Now let's get into it. Sign number 4 is the hardest to admit because it happens when no one's watching. Sign number 4. You stopped keeping the private commitments first. The commitments you made publicly, to clients, to your team, you still keep those. It's the commitments you made to yourself that started slipping. The morning block you set for deep work is the first thing that gets moved. You said you'd review the numbers weekly. You haven't in 6. The decision you committed to making by Friday is still sitting in a draft somewhere. The commitment was made on a Tuesday. High energy, clear head, this is the week it gets done. It's now 3 Fridays later, and the only person keeping score is you. Which means it's the only score that's been allowed to slip. And that's exactly how disciplined people lose discipline. Not all at once, but one private exception at a time. Discipline starts with what you do when no one's looking. If that's gone, everything else is next. Sign number 5 is the one that means the problem isn't behavior, it's identity. Sign number 5. Your standards have moved, and you moved with them. A year ago, that outcome would have been unacceptable. Now you've normalized it. You've built your expectations around it. The conversion rate that used to trigger an immediate review now just is what it is. The client experience that slipped below your original standard became the new standard. The response time, the output quality, the execution pace, all quietly negotiated down. You didn't decide to lower the bar. You just stopped being bothered by where it landed. And that is far more dangerous. Sit with that for a second. Because when the bar drops and you stop noticing, that's not a systems problem. That's a standards problem. The discipline to raise it again starts with refusing to accept where it is now. Here's your Business Execution Central challenge today. Pull out your calendar from the last 14 days. Find the one commitment to yourself or to your business that kept getting moved. Name it. Write it down. Then block 60 minutes in the next 24 hours. Not for planning, not for review, for the actual execution of that commitment. One commitment. One follow-through. That's where it starts. Because discipline doesn't return by deciding to be more disciplined. It returns when you start keeping the small promises again. Thank you for watching Business Execution Central. If this felt real, send it to someone who needs this message. We would be grateful if you took the time to share, subscribe, and follow our channel. And be sure to check out the next video if you want to see more content that tells you the truth. What comes next changes how deep this really goes. Your move. Let's go. Business Execution Central, where leaders get it done.